Oh gosh. Oh, it's happening. It's live. I'm waiting for the email to come in. Let me go to Gmail and get ready. before we go live.
Transition. Now they can hear you too. Okay, now
Oh
I gotta
no.
get the
We
full
better
thing
stop
ready.
talking about naughty stuff.
Naughty stuff?
Hit the button.
No one was talking about naughty stuff, Cody.
Hit the flipping button that you always
hold
hit.
on, I gotta get our audio ready to record.
I've been recording for the last 6 minutes.
Why? Whoa.
Super loud.
I have people skills.
Okay, but you're helping me with this.
Excuse me.
Oops. I don't know why it's so loud.
It's just a nightmare.
It's okay.
Or how to turn it down.
This is Help Desk Nightmares. This podcast takes a look at the interactions help desk and support techs have on a regular basis
Is it
and
still
the
super loud to
nightmares
you?
we encounter.
It's loud and there's like a popping.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Pop, 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 pop.
Well, not all of these things we're recording. We're not gonna do the intro again.
Oh, okay.
All
Oh,
of the
boy.
things didn't record.
You want the real experience? Just download the podcast.
It's not
Oh boy.
what it's doing.
You're okay? You doing okay?
Who, me?
Yeah. You don't have to figure it out. This is why we have
Yes, I do.
troubleshooting
It's
hour.
not gonna record our audio.
Oh, okay. Then yes, that would be bad.
No, nothing.
Well,
Um,
while we're waiting, can I talk about the beverage that's sponsoring this episode? Oh, now I can't hear you if you're talking.
I wasn't talking.
Good. You shouldn't be.
I was trying to get the thing to restart.
This is why we do tests beforehand.
This is how we do it. Well, we've never had to test the audio like this before. Generally, that works. That's the one thing that works.
Yeah, something is terribly wrong.
Something is terribly wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Okay. Well, is it at least recording us?
No. That's
Oh.
the problem.
Can the Twitch people hear us at least? Let's just have the Twitch people record us,
Twitch people
and
can
then
hear us, but my DAW cannot.
your doll.
We're
Oh,
gonna try to restart
darling.
that shiz. So let's just talk about what do we got to talk about, Cody?
About podcast, or are we talking non-podcast stuff?
Anything. You gotta keep
Okay.
the people entertained.
Yeah, we're not recording right now, so I don't want to go too in depth. But we're gonna have a weekly beverage sponsor.
I don't understand why that was so loud though.
I don't either. It was terribly loud.
Or like how to fix it.
Almost all of our viewers went away.
Well, probably because
Aw, Mark is really quiet.
who, me?
Yeah, look at there's people talking to you in Twitch.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Is it better? I can't see them.
What do you mean you can't see them? They're
'Cause I'm
chatting.
restarting that computer.
Oh, golly gee.
Golly gee.
Jay said, I can hear Cody. He sounds amazing and wonderful as always. And then
Amazing
Chad
and wonderful.
Chad said, Mark is really quiet.
She's a light fury.
Did you hear that?
I can't hear anything. All I hear
me?
is I can hear you, but I hear there's like a solid static.
Oh,
Like
good.
but in static form, not like that.
I can't even think what source that audio is coming from the computer to turn it down.
People sabotaging you. Halfway Network people drove all the way to Michigan. They know we're in Michigan. They unplugged a cable on you and said, let's see if these IT people can really figure it out. Surprise, though, we can't. I sure as hell can't.
Oh, input 4 is your sound. This computer takes forever to reboot, so we're gonna just have to see what happens there. I could do the stuff from this computer.
Jay said you might try restarting your DAW. I don't know what. I know.
I did, but then I when that didn't work, I just had to restart the computer.
Ooh, now there's like a loud whine. Oh, it went away. It was going. "Meow." This is the best. Next time, let's test like we did before, where we tested for an hour straight and then
There's no
recorded.
reason to do that.
I even texted you. I said, I am ready at 6 o'clock. Let's do this. And you're like, we don't have to be on until 7:30.
Yeah, we did. There's not a reason that we should have been testing at 6 o'clock.
If we would have tested at 6 o'clock, we wouldn't have been experiencing these gosh darn issues.
I don't know about that.
Halfway Network got this figured out on their first episode, and they never had a single issue.
That's true. I remember that. I was there. We have 5 viewers.
Yeah, Jay says turn your whole life off and then on again. Ooh.
Ouch.
Ooh. Wow. Can we ban
Sick
him
burn.
from this? Banning.
Are you watching the Twitch stream?
I'm watching it, but I'm watching the
Is the
chat
video
stream.
okay?
Yes, video's good.
Must be trying to do too many things on the...
I'm really sad no one's commented on this really sexy cable Mark gave me.
This is such the worst thing in the world.
Actually. See ya.
Did you say see ya? Oh, he's redoing something with his cables for some reason. He's wrapping it around. Oh, you can all see what he's doing, but it's weird.
Oh no!
Oh, now you're shouting.
There we go. I forgot recording stopped. Yeah, I want everyone to see this amazing 1991 cable. It doesn't even really give it justice, but
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, there's everything back the way it's supposed to be.
when and
Up,
why was that a
up,
thing?
Jesus.
Holy
Okay.
moly, explicit, Mark. We've talked about this.
Yeah, that's why we mark it as explicit. I can say whatever the hell I want.
I stop.
Whatever
Two
the
swear
fucking
words?
hell-
Two swear words.
We're not
Let's
gonna
have-
listen to the intro, but we can listen to this part and pretend that it's just a seamless. I mean, when you watch the, we'll talk about it in a second.
Okay.
When you watch, we added to our website that you can, like, I've got to export all of our Twitch videos to YouTube, but then you can see them on the website. It's kind of clunky, but I like it because Twitch only stores for 14 days. I'm not paying shit for extra Twitch.
Yeah, don't pay for
So I can just
anything.
export to YouTube, and then it's there forever.
Ooh, YouTube.
I am
When
using
a-
my fingerprint.
When are we live?
We are already live. We've been
Gosh
live on
darn
Twitch
it,
for a
why
long
didn't you
time.
tell me that? I wasn't sure. No, I get that. I wasn't sure if we were legit starting this here podcast thingy.
Okay. Is Cody still a lot louder? I'm not looking at the Twitch stream, so. You
They
tell
all
me.
say Cody's always a lot louder. Turn him up. No, they're not saying anything. They left.
Turn it up. Isn't that a song? Nickelback, maybe? I don't know.
Something like that. I think it is Nickelback. Hey, you got it. It's about
Hey,
4 or
hey,
5 minutes
hey.
past that joke, but
How dare you? Okay, so what episode number is this, Cody?
you.
You know what? It's never Help Death Nightmares podcast if something doesn't go the fuck wrong.
Terribly wrong. It is episode 59.
It is.
In-
10 episodes away from 69.
So last episode was sponsored by Winking Owl, that Aldi $3 wine brand, and I was at Walgreens picking up some red boxes because that's still a thing people do. I was like, I want a beverage for tonight. I think it should be illegal that these things are $1. This is called Ice House Edge. Not exactly
Okay.
sure what it is. It was $1.99 for this
How
beautiful
much
thing.
sugar's in it?
It doesn't have calories or anything like that. It's a beer, but it has 8% alcohol. So I'm super excited.
What does
To
it
try
taste
this
like? You haven't
out.
tried it?
No, I was gonna
We
open
could've
it
done
up.
that when we were, when we were doing the just like Twitch only and restarting everything that is in this room essentially.
It's got hints of coriander, lime,
Jay says gross.
dog pee,
Yeah, does it? Did you ever? There was a.
Ooh.
There was a. I don't know if it was a documentary, but it was like these people are trying to be sommeliers, and they were the one guy always was like, it tastes like a fresh garden hose or whatever. Like, what? What are you talking about? You psychopath! It should not taste like that. That's not what.
It's
wine
kind
should
of what
taste
this
like.
tastes like. This tastes like
Ice
burnt
House
plastic.
is Chad's preferred beer.
Oh.
But he's role playing as a homeless guy.
Oh, okay. That's. I did buy a bunch of them, not of just Ice House. I bought
That
a
might
new
be his
drink
character
next
on Halfway to Thundertown.
next week. You'll get to see the other new 99-cent beverage I bought. I'm gonna have to just down this real quick because this is awful. You talk or something, okay?
Okay, so here's what happened to me this week. My best friend moved 80 minutes away, so that's pretty cool.
Whoa! Hold on, no, let's stop. I'm gonna stop drinking. Which best friend?
He had to move to Lansing, so
Wait.
that's not good.
Which
For
one?
me, Mark. That's also my
That's-
name, but
Why did he have to move? Mark with a
it's a
C.
long
He was
story.
on-
It's too long for the podcast. I don't know if he's gonna listen
What
to
the heck? Like no big deal. He was living really close.
Yeah.
What? 4 weeks ago?
this. So that sucks. I saw the Rebel Wilson Valentine's Day movie. It was not good.
I didn't even know Rebel Wilson had a Valentine's Day movie.
Yeah, it's like, oh, let's make fun of rom-coms, but then also it just was not. It was terrible. It was really bad. Oh, I hurt my forearm somehow. I don't do exercise these days. I don't know what I did. I don't carry heavy things. I don't do things that would hurt my forearm. It might be the watch, actually. I switched it to the other hand, the other wrist. So
Like
I
your
can
watch
see-
is too heavy.
No, like it's restricting my arm movement, so like the muscles have all grown really short, but I don't know.
Are you still wearing your back brace?
No.
Why? Where?
I don't have to.
What happened
so
to
I
that?
don't have to wear a back brace. What happened is
Mm,
I have really bad posture, so it's like those things. Like you can just put, and it keeps your shoulders back. But I don't wear that because one time I wore it and it made everything like significantly worse. Like I couldn't turn my head before, and then it was like it limited range of motion even more.
do you still have it?
Somewhere, but I gotta go to physical therapy. I just haven't scheduled it.
Well, go and find it. It's probably an extra small and won't fit me, but
You
if
can
it'll
tell
fit me,
that.
I have terrible posture.
Yeah, I-
Like I'm even slouching in this chair right now
Yeah,
because
we
I'm
can all
comfortable this
see.
way. Okay, good.
You
Thanks,
don't have
Mark,
to
for
describe
pointing
what's
out my
happening.
flaws.
We can see what
For
you're doing.
pointing out my flaws.
What
I'm
did you do?
comfortable though.
Did anything crazy and bad happen to you this week like it did to me?
I know I worked a volunteer event on Saturday.
Did you spend $150 and not go do it?
Stop. That was the
Like
weekend
that's-
before. Don't be mean.
A volunteer
No.
event like what?
I
What's
had
a
to sell
volunteer?
beer and liquor
That's not volunteering.
to Detroitians.
That's someone's
It
job.
is. Yeah, but we get paid like 4 cents.
Volunteering is like
for
you
every
help the
dollar.
homeless people or, you know.
I mean, I
Soldier.
call it volunteering. I took my entire Saturday, and then the rest of my days have been consumed by
This is
divinity.
not about help desk nightmares, but have you ever watched the? Do you watch? You watch Hulu? You told me about a show that's only on Hulu, so you have to watch Hulu to some degree, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm watching, trying to get through Legion right now.
Oh, what about Pen 15? Isn't that a show you?
We
told me
already
about?
finished it.
Oh, but that's on Hulu. So anyway, the thing that I was gonna say is what I hate is the commercial that's it always plays every single time there's a break. That's like the little girl like, why do we have to go to Cincinnati, Mom? Because you have cancer. Like, okay, we get it. She has cancer. Children's Hospital. I don't want to see this anymore.
Why
I
don't
have
you just?
kids. I
What?
don't have kids and I don't have cancer. Children with cancer. I don't know why I had to know about this every time there's a break in a Hulu show.
I'm just super confused as to why you don't just pay the extra $2 a month.
Because I
to
got
have-
it through. It's cheaper. It's only $5 a month, so you get.
Do you wanna be
Spotify
on
Premium-
mine?
No, Spotify Premium, Showtime, and Hulu Plus for $5 a month.
Yeah, but you have to deal
I'll
with
watch, I don't
commercials.
care. I'll watch the ads. I just don't like them.
Oh,
Hey Cody,
Yeah,
did
no,
you
I-
listen to Halfway to Thundertown? You tell me about it. What was it that you tell me?
yeah. No, yeah. I listened to it
Cody,
last.
you I don't know who's still in the chat because there's no way to know. But Cody, you thought who did you think was the deep voice guy? Is what you said? Deep
Oh,
voice
so
guy?
like we have to go to the picture. Hold on.
Cody was trying to guess who was who because he hasn't watched the stream.
Yep. So in the Halfway to Thundertown, like
Or
the
Instagram,
image
sure.
drawing, whoever drew that cool drawing. First one I thought was Deep Voice guy, who is Chad, right? Chad,
Well,
was
Chad
Deep.
is deep voice guy.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I just figure everyone with a deep voice has to have a big beard. And then I said Jay was the second one. Cayman was the third one.
I don't have the image to throw up right now.
Okay. Well, that's a bummer.
I
You
would.
should have prepared. And
Hold on,
then
I'll get it.
and that was it. Yeah. And apparently I had it terribly wrong.
Dun, dun, dun,
So-
dun, dun.
So that was pretty cool. No, but did I listen to them last week? Or the week before? Did I
really
talk?
couldn't say.
I don't know. I finished a whole Ted Bundy episode with them, and it made me a terrible human being, and I was just talking down to my wife left and right.
You only
because
watched one?
All right, I listened to the episode 1 of their Ted Bundy thing, and my wife decided to watch Ted Bundy documentary on Netflix, and I was like, did they get to the part where his grandpa is really his dad and his mom's his sister, basically? And she's like, no, what are you talking about? And then I was like, did you get to the part where he had sex with dead bodies? No, what are you talking about? So, hey, that is the image. Good job. They should be able to hear you. Why not? Ooh, okay. They're talking about video games. We better. Chad's bringing up video games. We got to continue. This is going to go south really fast. Oh, I'm already feeling this ice house. Okay, well, wow, this is going to suck. I love all the podcast listeners that don't get to see this. You can go to halfwaynetwork.com to see the image I'm talking about. So to reiterate, first one, deep voice Chad, because all bearded people are deep voiced. Then Jay, Cayman, Annie. Yeah, no, well, that's what I told you. I know who it is now.
You were very
already
wrong
dis-
in your guess, though. So
Yeah, no, I was terribly wrong. I think you laughed at me. I sent it in a work message to you, and you just laughed and said, "No, you're awful at this."
Chad says Jay is certainly the boss, and we are not held against our will, and he does not physically abuse us when we disobey, and he is not a psychotic overlord.
Me and Chad have so much in common right now, Mark.
I feel like Chad does probably a bit more for the podcast than you do.
Yes,
However,
no,
I
like
haven't-
100% more.
I don't remember listening to a Halfway to Thundertown podcast where Chad was presenting like the research and the stories. He's better at the color commentary, like you are. That's you.
Oh, well, no, didn't. Was it? I feel like, so, of course, I only listened to one episode, but it sounded like Cayman did research on stuff. Like someone was assigned homework, and I can't get to that point in my life. If you ever assign me homework, Mark,
Yeah, I tried to. I was like, hey, every other episode, I'm like, hey Cody, you should program an episode, and you're like, I'm not doing that.
so here's the thing. If I program an episode, it's going to be, like, are you talking prepare for the episode or edit the episode?
You don't have to edit anything.
Oh, thank gosh. Yeah,
Everything's
preparing the
easy.
episode will be, we're going to talk about video games, Mark, and you're going to be like, I don't play video games. And then Chad will hop on, apparently.
How is that
We'll
a
talk
help
about
desk
video
related
games.
topic?
I'll be like, hey, we're help desk video game things.
Help desk video game things, you say. Help desk to Thundertown. Angelfire.geocities.
If I'm not in tomorrow, it's because this Ice House Edge killed me. It's awful.
So here's a funny story from Reddit. Tales from Tech Support, written 3 years ago. The title of this is the text of an email an employee sent me, which says, "Not sure to open this or not. Looks suspicious, but not sure since I deal with overseas stuff." This is the same one as the fax and international call stories. They have another story apparently. I shouldn't have read that part. Edit. Just kidding. Her email was in response to one she received that has an attached zip file. I've been retraining people at our company, less than 100 makes it easier, about attachment security to encourage people to check with me, especially because crypto wall stuff is becoming more and more common. What makes this go from I'm glad the user knows to check instead of just opening files to a facepalm is the sender, first sentence of the email, an attachment name. The from, the person who sent the employee the email, E. Brinkskelly at vir2us.com. So basically the word virus. The first sentence, we are pleased to confirm that your email has been received. The attachment name, condescension nuptials-cpmtei.zip. We have nothing to do with marriages or weddings. So the help desk person says, do you recognize the sender? The first bit says that it's a response to something you did from basically virus.com. No, I didn't notice the virus part. Okay, did you ever send an email to someone at this domain or submit a file with that name? No, but I get lots of emails and do lots of stuff. Okay, I appreciate you checking with me first before opening the attachment. Please delete that email right away. I know as an IT person these are duh things to me, but still.
Yeah, I feel like no matter how much training we give, it's still like I don't know what needs to happen for people to recognize what is a scam and what's not. Because we get those probably once every 2 or 3 days from team members. Is this a scam? Is this a virus? Is this safe to open? Well, thank you for actually asking, but you should know by now.
So here's one written by Board Wallow Text Fixer. Wrote this 6 years ago. Doesn't change for today. As a major university, we often get targeted for spammers. Now, a normal, intelligent user would see an email that says something like, "Oh no, we're going to disable your account unless you click on this link," and delete it right away. A smart user would see that email, delete it, then double check with their always helpful, very nice tech support. And then there are my students. Email ding, checks email. Hi, Bryn Flynn. I don't know what that word means. Thank you for your help with my assignment submission last night. It went through just fine. I wanted to ask you about this email I got, though. It says it came from you. Note, it says it came from Help Desk. I'm HelpNet, but I understand the confusion. It said I was going to lose my email account if I didn't click on this link, so I clicked on the link. It looked really sketchy and had a lot of typos in the email, but I didn't want to lose my email account, so I clicked on the link and filled out my information. Should I have done that? Thanks, Derpy.
If that ever happens to our users, like to that extent where they admit, like, it seemed a little bit fishy, but I did it anyways.
Yeah.
Well, let's just respond with good.
I'm glad
That's
that
all.
you did that.
Yeah,
Oh,
you deserved
Did
it.
you change your name, or you don't mind that your full name is in the chat now?
Oh, I could care less. People can look. There are 2 names or 2 people in the world with that exact name, and the other guy's in Canada. Or
I
bros.
grew up with a guy who had your last name, and you don't know who he is, so that's weird.
Why?
Anyway,
Did we ever talk about this?
yeah, and I was like, "Do you know who this is?" And you're like, "I don't know anybody by that name."
No, it's a very common Canadian
it's a very
name.
common Canadian name. So how
Yes,
are there
you go
only
across
2
the
men
border
in
and
the
they're
world?
like, it's like a John Smith, Cody Tousiant. But they'll go, Cody Tousiant. And I'll be like, ew, get out of my country.
One of the headphones that I wear, like, tries to pronounce the name. If it's in your contacts, it tries to pronounce the name of the person that's calling you. And the lady always says, Cody Tousiant.
Ooh.
That's pretty good.
Is that how I should start pronouncing it?
If you want.
My name is Cody Tousiant.
The last one was written by Near High. There's more that'll be in the show notes. Who writes, I made this post earlier today, then this call just happened. He wrote another post. I'm not going to read that one. Customer, I used to have Herpa antivirus, but it stopped working. I just got a pop-up from a Trojan advisor, and it was asking for my credit card info. So I put it in, and nothing happened, and it's still popping up. You did what? I gave it my credit card info. You need to call your credit card company and cancel that card or put an alert out. Why? You just paid a virus. I've heard of this virus many times, but I've never actually encountered anyone who's paid it. I laughed for about 4 whole minutes after the call was over.
I can't handle it. I've not come across anyone, like, no one in my life has ever been scammed that way or scammed out of money by a virus or any kind of malicious software or anything like that. But I've heard stories, like older people thinking that someone calling from Microsoft really needs their credit card information to update something, and so frustrating. We've been pretty lucky at our office, though.
Jay is messaging me on Instagram. Anyway.
Why would he go through Instagram as opposed
he was
to
proving it. He was proving because
okay. Well, of course,
and I was
Jay
like, prove it.
Jay is always right, and he certainly is the boss, and we are not held against our will. And I won't read the rest, but you get the gist.
And you'll never get to see it. No, the chat doesn't transcribe over with the video, so you'll never get to see it unless you're in the live stream.
Shucks. Yeah, it does.
What?
Doesn't it?
When you save the video, when you export it to YouTube?
Oh, no. Oh,
No. So
sorry. I thought you
in
meant
the
it.
next 14 days. Otherwise,
Okay, so you have 14 days to look at Thundertown chat and Halfway Network's really, really cool comments they were making.
So this week is episode 59 is called Scam or No Scam. We've had several users email us. So malware phishing is getting crazy and ridiculous, and like it's flooding the place where we work. Everybody's getting it all the time. And we send out emails like, this is what it looks like. Not the actual email, but like a snipping tool of it or whatever. Don't click on anything that looks like this. And don't click on any links from someone you're not expecting an email from or you don't know. Or if it says your account or an invoice and it doesn't open, don't type in any credentials, and then they just don't listen anyway. But we have some of them listen, but they always forget.
Yeah, I think that's inconsiderate. We have a lot of users that do try.
They think about it, and then then instead of being able to think of it themselves after we tell them all this information, they'll instead send us the email or like tell us that they have an email without sending it to us, and like, is this safe to click on? If they just tell us an email exists, we either have to go into their email to look at it, or they have to forward it, or we go to their computer to see it. Anyway, like just telling me it exists and asking me if it's real, there's no way that I can know without seeing it.
Mark.
What?
Thinking of a story real quick. Happened a few weeks ago. We even had an outside company contact us and say, hey, we think your email is hacked. And Mark went through the same situation where he was like, can you, send us the email or actually tell us what it said or anything like that? And they said, oops, it was a mistake. Goodbye.
I see.
Yeah. I see you Instagramming. I get to watch you.
Yeah, there was another company that was like, I don't want to recount the whole thing that you said, but in addition to that, they were like, then they made up some story after the fact. Like, oh, somebody's spamming from your old work. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, that was what happened. Yep, you're right. You just continued the story. I have a question.
Like, you don't have to make something up because you're incompetent.
So apparently you're talking to Jay right now, and I'm sorry for getting off track, but this Icehouse Edge really getting into me.
Oh, the beer.
Yeah, no, it's bad. Is Jay short for Jason? Now, this doesn't specifically apply to Jay, but I'm just wondering, for all human beings, is Jay short for Jason?
I don't know the answer to that. It depends on the person, probably. If their name is Jason and then they go by Jay, then that would be short for Jason.
And, like, do those people spell it Jayson? Jason Derulo. Okay.
I can't tell. That seems like it's a facepalm.
That is a facepalm. I really need to stop watching this Twitch stream. It makes me feel bad about my life.
The name of that emoji when you hover over it. So sometimes we'll get emails, like we can't help you if we don't know what the actual email is, and sometimes just sending the email, like depending on these phishing emails aren't going to be this way, but just sending the email on is the malware itself, and we'll send all your contacts, whatever. That's not what most of these are. So sending it to us is fine. And they still, sometimes people have a very hard time, despite the attempts that we've made to tell them this is what to look for and this is what not to do, they'll have a really hard time understanding for themselves what actually could be spam. And if you just hover over the links, like I think we got one today that was sent to support, or maybe Cody sent it, or I sent it to you from another user's inbox. And it was like, if you hover over it, it's just like a random, either it's an IP address, which you shouldn't click on that, or it's like random, obviously not the website that it's claiming to be. So hover over the goddamn links, and then it's super.
Please.
A lot of the time, it's super easy. Never click on it, and never put your credentials into anything that you didn't go to yourself. Don't click a link and put your credentials in. You're gonna ruin the network if you do that. That's nonsense, and you should know better by now. So if you're listening and you work with us, I'm looking at you right in the face if you watch this video.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. We had one bad incident, not this most recent one, but one before it, where like you have typically two different types of malware or malicious emails that go out. One that's just kind of automated, that it sends out a file or a link that they're just trying to fish for your credentials, and then you have one that's not automated. You have an actual person sitting at a computer and sending emails on your behalf, and someone spoofed our domain and was acting like they didn't even spoof. They opened up some random Gmail account and tried acting like the owner of our company. reached out to a number of team members, don't know how they got their email addresses, said, hey, I need you to do me a favor and buy some iTunes gift cards for clients. Most of our users, I believe, or at least I hope, ignored the email and deleted it or reported it. But there were one or two users that went as far as saying, like, hey, how exactly do you want these iTunes gift cards? Can I buy them with my credit card? Will I get reimbursement? And they had full-out conversations with these people wherever they were. No. I think one of the big reasons our big issue that we've recently had occurred was more so because our server, our Microsoft Exchange server, didn't catch that it was a spam email address that it was being sent from, because most of the time our users are smart enough. Every email that comes in goes through a spam check through the Microsoft Exchange server, and if the server detects any kind of spam, they think it's malicious, they think it's weird, they think it's wonky, they're going to put in a fix.
Malicious and weird, you say?
Yeah, at the same time, they're going to affix something to the subject that says possible spam. So it at least alerts the user that the email may be malicious in some way, shape, or form. Most users know not to even touch those emails. Some users will probably click into them. I have a good feeling that some users don't even report it. We have no idea that it's happening. So let's hope that they're all following the rules.
My favorite thing is, though, that they still, like, at this point, after how many years of working with us and having the malware and phishing issues, they'll still say, is this spam or is this real? Like, you tell me. Let's have a little test here. You tell me, what you're looking at spam or real? And if you fail the test, you're fired. That's how I feel. But obviously, you can't say that to any users. If you want to keep your job. Like, I really wish that in real life I could be like Dr. House and be mean, and then I still keep my job like he does, but that's not how things work.
I think you're already living that fantasy.
No,
and
in
you do
my head,
act like
I
that.
say it to you, but I can't say it to them.
Okay, that's fair. A lot of times I think you say it to them and me at the same time. So I always thought you were just living that fantasy out. You were rocking it. Okay.
You're supposed to keep it there from being dead air.
I'm so sorry. I'm failing. I was looking at Icehouse Edge and asking myself, do I want to conquer this tonight?
Oh, you haven't finished it?
No, I offered it to my wife and she said no, but it's... I want to caress this can. This is a terrible idea and we should never do this again. Okay. So yeah, no, malicious emails, please don't click them. I feel like for some reason they hit businesses more than personal email addresses, or it could be that Google, Yahoo, all that, maybe not Yahoo, but Hotmail, all those servers end up blocking a lot more stuff than what Microsoft Exchange does, which is what businesses use. But we get dozens of emails a week that either get blocked or they get marked as possible spam. We have people trying to hack us dozens of times a day and trying to brute force different passwords. We have logs of everything. There's not much we can do to stop it, but they won't guess our password. Oh, we're on. Sorry. I can see. No. You should stop sharing your screen with me. I'm not gonna blow it up, but you're gonna.
No, I didn't put the date in there. That's a different date.
Okay, good. Oh, I like how you're using. So those that don't know, can we talk about OBS? OBS is a pain in the butt, but Mark is becoming a professional.
An A professional? What does that mean?
You're becoming A.
A+.
Stop it, Chad. Give me a chance to respond. Chad's already guessing.
He can guess.
So actually, Jay, if you want to respond, I will guess third.
Well, the audio's going to run out by the time we get to that. So the This Week in Tech History that Cody missed the audio cue for is February 18th of what year was the first cable?
No. Stop.
The first cable TV test.
Stop.
February 18th of what year? I'm reading it because the podcast people won't be able to hear it.
No audio cue played through Skype.
It did. Can you hear it right now?
No, there's nothing playing.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Gosh darn it! Everyone's thinking I'm a fool right now. Shotgun it. I can't shotgun a can this large. I'm not a drunkard.
I'm not sure which audio level it is. Well, it was the din din din. Television
Oh.
signals are first successfully transmitted from Washington, D.C. to New York City over an AT&T coax cable. Gross. And you thought cable TV was invented in the 80s. What year was the first cable TV test?
First cable TV test. I'm gonna say 1956. Okay, well, are Jay or Chad right?
Can you
Because
hear that sound, Cody?
Chad, yep, I got that. Chad guessed 1928. Jay guessed 19.
Closest without going over is J-Man. The correct answer is 1946.
Part of me thinks that he is Googling these because he's too good at it.
Maybe, but then wouldn't he guess the actual year?
No, he's too smart. Who would guess the actual year? Gosh.
Did you hear it that time?
Breaking news.
You heard
I
it
did
that
hear
time.
that.
It definitely played last time too.
No, it didn't.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta switch it. Transition.
Ooh, that was nice. That was like PowerPoint. You didn't
Smooth.
want it to swipe in from 6 different directions.
No. February 17th of what year was the first weather satellite launched? Vanguard 2, the first weather satellite in space, is launched to measure cloud cover distribution. Boring. Nerds. The satellite is still in orbit today and is expected to continue to orbit for about 300 years.
Ooh, that's a lot of years.
What year was that satellite launched? The first weather satellite.
I'm not going to look at Twitch because they're going to help me out, I'm sure. Because I really don't have a
They
good
haven't guessed yet.
understanding
We're
of when
probably, like,
rockets
10
were
seconds
a
behind.
thing.
When rockets?
Yeah, like to get to space. I don't know when we made it on the moon. I'm going to say 1948. Bum, 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 bum.
Let's see. Chad made a guess. 1962.
Gosh darn
Jay
it, I'm
has
way
not
off. No.
guessed.
Wait, what did Jay say? Because
Jay
I
did
may
not
want
guess.
to change my guess.
You can't change your guess. Jay says 1952. Jay is the closest without going over. What year did you say, Cody? 49?
So I said 40 something. I already
Yeah.
forgot.
Well, 1959 is the correct answer.
Oh, bum, 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 bum.
Only for Cody, though.
So,
Cut. Oh, that was a
Cut.
quick transition.
oh,
Weird. I didn't mean to do that.
watching
what
your
you got.
screen. Should I stop watching you?
I mean, I'm going to stop sharing.
Oh, that was really inconsiderate of you. Can we provide some like useful, or we've
I have
already
to guess
talked about
because
useful tips.
Jay had to guess because he was shook that Chad was right. Useful tips? What do you mean? What useful tips for knowing if your email is malicious?
Yeah, we had an email about that, but
Well, yeah, and we
So-
did a full episode I think about it too. But if it's spelled, look for the spelling. If it's spelled really bad, it could be that Cody wrote it, or it could be
Ooh.
malware phishing.
So we're
attack.
gonna get into that right now. So Mark, anytime that I'm out, he has to send. If he sends emails out that I normally send, he'll just copy and paste it in, but he'll review it first, and he'll make a point to mark down how many corrections he has to make. And one of the emails, he's like, "That was awful. There was so much wrong with it." And I read through it a number of times, and I thought it was correct. You're
It
just a-
was not. There were a lot
you're-
of things that were wrong.
You're
and I
a
sent you
grammar
lot of
Nazi,
the-
is what you are.
No, it's not grammar. It was very incorrect, and it's the email that you sent out how many dozens of times about how to connect to our server remotely.
So on a daily basis, I send out emails that I grab from templates, and I forget to change the names as to who I'm addressing, and no one has ever corrected me.
Yeah, but it wasn't the name. It was like you were like.
No, let's move on. No,
you
no,
were
no. It
like,
was just
"Do
the
this
name, okay?
thing." You were. I can't even think of the examples. It was like do either this or period.
Yeah, it's because I wanted to stress that it was only one thing they could do, okay?
No, that's not what you wanted to stress. I think there used to be a thing like either this or that, but instead of you took out the or that part and left the
Oh my
do
gosh.
either this or period, and there was
I
it was
can't
like that in a
handle
bunch
it.
of spots.
Gosh, I need to drink these Ice House Edges at work. It would make my life so much better.
Yeah. Or if we could smoke and get really high at work. I would be a lot more chill at work. I can promise you that.
Yeah, you probably don't like my new policies I'm recommending. But anyways,
I haven't seen anything in the policies that you're recommending that I didn't like.
oh, wow. Was
I mean, I
that
used to not
I
like
think
them, but now I
that
don't
is-
give a shit.
that was I took that as the closest thing to a compliment Mark
Yeah,
has
that's fine.
ever given me in my
Everything is
life.
fine.
Everything I read in your email was fine because I didn't read it at all. It's still good.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be a thumbs up.
Did you send the thumbs up?
No, it was my physical. I kind of close fisted it,
Oh,
and
I'm
all
not watching
the
the
viewers
video.
will see that. But it would my thumb was supposed to go up and it didn't.
Okay, so here's where we'll take a little break. I don't know if we're gonna put any audio bed under this, but there's a new show coming. Cody, do you know the name of it? The D&D podcast on the Halfway Network.
Drunken Arcanauts.
Are you looking at their website and that's how you know?
Yes,
It
I
definitely
am.
had a different
Yeah.
name 2 weeks ago when I talked
Did
about
they
it. I
really?
don't think I said the name though. I think it was nameless and now it has an actual name and a logo, which I like a lot. So I'm excited to listen to it in podcast
My
form.
heart and soul wants to play D&D with them. I've never played D&D, but every part of me.
They've definitely done a few episodes. Maybe you can be a guest on it.
Yeah, I just like level
They can
10
write you in. They can write you a character. in
goat. Yeah, they're gonna make me an animal or
for one
something.
episode, I'm sure.
Because I haven't listened to enough of their podcasts. They're gonna make me like, hey Cody, you're the little chicken in the corner who can't do anything.
The little
That's-
chicken in the corner, you say?
Mm-hmm. Do we want to discuss?
Okay.
So have you real quick while we're on our break? Have you seen any movies?
Movies.
Movies lately?
Cody's being a dick.
No, not stop. I was trying to give a hint to Jay. Okay.
Cody's being a dick about the halfwaynetwork.com website.
It's-
And I feel like that's Chad and Annie. So you're being a dick to Chad and Annie, who just
I
said
really
that you
want
could
them to
incorporate
keep
you.
it that way forever, though, because
Just
the
said
fact
we
that
could
it says
incorporate you as a featured guest, and you're being a dick to Chad.
I
So
stop. I'm gonna hang up on this call and it's gonna screw it all up.
no, Chad says you're
Oh.
echoing. But anyway,
Well, it's because I'm getting irate because Mark is embarrassing me.
anyway, there.
Loud.
We can send it in the chat. You send it, Cody, since you're the one who has complained.
No, I didn't complain. I think it's amazing.
Transition. I don't know if it actually transitioned or if it's just gonna cut. I don't think there was anything to transition. We didn't take it off of the screen. We're just like still here. Oh, you did type it in there.
Yeah, you told me to. You're my benevolent overlord.
Okay, so these might be really loud. I changed the audio, like the level of these. So let's see.
You are the dumbest, smart person I have ever met in my life.
Did we talk about last week what that was from? Because I totally forgot.
I don't know what movie it's from. I just did a Google search and found YouTube. It's Will Smith, but I don't know what it's from.
It is the parent. Oh, from iRobot, right?
Oh, I don't know. I just said I don't know.
Have you ever seen iRobot?
I don't know. I don't
You don't
think I
know?
did.
Are you drinking Ice House Edge as well?
No, I wish I was smoking, but somebody's got to keep both hands on the wheel. on
You
this
shouldn't
thing.
be smoking. I think this would be the best podcast in the world.
So Bill Gates at the World Economic Forum in 2004 said this.
Okay.
2 years from now, 2004. 2 years from now, spam will be solved. Cody's just making faces, which does not make good
That's
for
awful.
audio podcast.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forget that this is a podcast. Let me recreate that. It's. I wish Bill Gates had high aspirations, but now he's just curing different mosquito-laden diseases. Focus his efforts on other things. So good job, Bill Gates. You're still bro in my book. Oh no, Mark.
What?
Oh, it's a little bit delayed. I saw you disappear in the
Oh,
Twitch stream.
Because my light started to go off, so I had to get up and do it.
Think you would have figured that out by now.
I just don't. I don't turn it off. Like the max that you can set it to start turning off is 1 hour, I could turn the motion sensor off so that the light just stays on, but then it won't go off when I leave the room, so I just don't care.
Shucks, y'all
It's
techie.
easy enough to get up and wave my arm for a second. Ken Olson, president of Digital Equipment Corporation in 1977, said, "There is no reason for any individual to have a computer in their home." That's similar to the one that we had from the IBM. The IBM was founded in like 1914 or like 1910.
Which is crazy.
Similar to the one last week that he was like, I see that like there's probably a market for 5 computers in the whole world. Maybe in the 40s that was true, but
Yeah. Now we all have them in our little pockets.
70 years later, I can do basic math. That's not the case. Let's look at some Yahoo answers, Cody.
We still do that? That's a thing we do?
The user The Blackgate Opens asks,
Okay.
will DVDs and CDs be around for a bit yet?
Yes, they will. No, they will. Probably for the next 10 years, they'll still be around, but then they're going to be phased out. I think that's a simple one.
I don't
That
know if they
person's
can
not
go away
dumb.
Fully. I don't see a way that they can go away fully. Like there's a lot of things that are streaming, but I don't like general consumers aren't to the level where they can just store everything on a hard disk or even know how to. Like there's still
No.
gonna be grandmas, even when people from our age don't know how to use computers. Like we've had people that are younger than me who don't know how to use Microsoft Outlook, for example.
No. I think when you're talking about CDs, I was thinking moving to a cheaper version of like Blu-ray or something like that.
Oh.
Like VHS to DVD, DVD to Blu-ray, Blu-ray to they're just going to poof it in your brain.
Maybe. I wish. Or there could be like some kind of implant that I can just see it in front of me. I don't need the Google
You-
Glass that doesn't work. I would do that. I would be a beta tester for that if somebody's working on that.
Beta tester for being a robot. A robot.
User Anonymous will call Charlie asks, how do I get Wi-Fi? I want to get a Wi-Fi set up.
More details.
I'm not very technological, so you might have to explain it so that I understand. I don't even know where to start.
Step 1, have internet. Step 2, install wireless router. Step 3, connect to said wireless router. Step 4, enjoy all the wireless porn you could ever dream of.
Depending on your connection speed.
Oh, unless you're on dial-up, enjoy waiting 14 hours for any of that to load.
User Zach wants to know, does anyone else sleep with a video or TV in the background?
Is there more details?
Weirdest likes of mine, but I love playing a playlist video from YouTube and sleeping with it playing. Anyone else does this?
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people do it. I personally prefer to sleep with a fan. My wife right now wants it completely silent in the bedroom, and it's terrifying because all my ears do is ring. It's like, meh. Then you have people like my dad, older folk. He gets so upset if he cannot sleep with a TV on that he is willing to sleep in a living room or sleep in a hotel if his TV is not working.
Well, I sleep, because everyone needs to know this, especially Chad and Jay and Cody, I sleep in complete darkness with a ceiling fan and a little air purifier going, so I like that white noise, but otherwise I want it to be cold, completely dark. I don't like anything going on in the background. I don't like videos, I don't like sound of any kind, music or any other nonsense. I don't want videos playing. Like I've slept over at people's houses and they're like, that's how they go to sleep. I can't sleep, so I sleep like 2 hours a night if I stay at anybody else's house that does that. So
Where do you store your cell phone when you sleep?
it is on my nightstand.
Okay, do you use your cell phone right before you go to bed?
I do, but it has the blue light filter.
Yeah,
like,
that's
the
not an
phone
excuse. I do the
automatically
same thing, but Imgur isn't gonna.
Imager.
Is a imager, peanut butter jelly chip gif, whatever the heck they want to talk
Peanut
about.
butter jelly time.
Yeah, no. Peanut butter. Oh wow, Mark. I thought you were way too young for that.
Too young?
I didn't want to call you
Family
old.
Guy brought it back.
That's true.
User Anonymous asks, we'll say, Felipe, why would a guy respond to a Facebook message from 6 years ago? No additional details.
Why? Because they just saw it. I have not opened up my Facebook in quite some time, and if I ever open them up, I'm sorry, I got distracted by Jay. I think he just discovered why my ringing. It says I have tinnitus, so I have to sleep with some sort of tinnitus.
Noobs pronounce it tinnitus.
Stop. Is it really
Pronunciation is
tinnitus?
tinnitus, yeah.
No, it's not. Stop.
Yes, it
Jay.
is.
Jay, please clarify this. I always learned it as tinnitus, and he's saying it's tinnitus.
Tinnitus, not tititus.
Tinnitus?
The medical pronunciation is tinnitus.
Okay,
Tinnitus.
so apparently I have tinnitus, and
But you should see a medical professional before self-diagnosing WebMD. Okay? Sound good?
man, okay.
User Wondering asks, can I scan a document to my computer, then edit it by deleting and adding text? If so, what software do
Yeah.
I need to download to do so?
Yes, there is a lot of free software out there that'll probably put viruses on your computer, or you can pay for something like Adobe or Foxit. It's pretty common now for people to edit PDFs. It'll go to the extent of if you scan in a document that has written text on it, it will try its gosh darn best to use OCR, or optical character recognition, to figure out what's actually inside there.
But it depends, because what it does, at least with the software that we have and the one that we've used in the past, it overlays text. Like it identifies what text is on the page,
Yeah,
and
it's
then
bad.
it overlays text on top of that image that matches it exactly, so you can't tell. But then if you try to edit that, the image is still there of the text. So the only way really to edit something is to like print as PDF, and then you can edit that text with a text editor, with a PDF editor. But trying to change something, unless you like white it out with a white block or something.
That's what I do.
or
Yep,
software
I use a
and
white
then
block.
type on top of it, you could do that. But otherwise, just like the OCR of it is just seeing that there's text there so that you can highlight stuff or whatever. It's not really allowing you to change it very well.
I want to give a shout out to the white blocks of every single program that I've used in my lifetime. Thank you. You've saved my life.
User CC asks, can I turn my laptop off while it's updating? It's been stuck on the same stage for 10 minutes.
Yes. You can. I would wait longer than 10 flipping minutes, though. Give it an hour. And if it's still going, we shut down computers probably weekly where they're saying that updating, do not shut down. Well, it's been on that for 86 hours. I've been counting, and we shut it down. We force it. We rip that power cord out, and we're like, ow! And then it fixes it. So yes, you can. Wait longer than 10 minutes, please.
Oh, something's going on with your echo, Cody. You're echoing to some degree, but you won't be on the podcast, so cool.
You know what? It may be because you're playing both my audio stream and audio from your desktop.
Maybe.
Well, shucks.
We're gonna mute Cody video audio and see what happens there. Are you gonna say anything? No, you're just gonna mouth and pretend that you're saying.
Gosh darn it! You know me too well,
yeah, 'cause
Mark.
I could hear your mouth sounds even though
You
you
what?
weren't saying
This
words.
little white ball thing you gave me is a lot more powerful than I thought.
Snowball. User Bob asks, can Windows XP still be used in 2019? Like,
It
can you still use YouTube, ECT, which is not the shorthand for etc.?
Yes, you can use it. It's just it has a lot of security flaws in it, I assume. But who's actually going after anyone using Windows XP? It'd be a waste of time. Oh, I can't do this. I'm sorry, I can't drink it.
A beer? Come on. Don't be I'm not going to say a bad word. We are very progressive on this podcast and halfwaynetwork.com. User Abdullah asks, I want download camera for laptop.
So what you do, go to downloadcamera.com, and you download a camera that way. No, it should have, open up Microsoft Windows, or you've got, hopefully, Windows 10. Open up
Or
Start
Mac
menu,
OS.
type camera, hit enter. Oh, I think it's going to screw this up, actually.
It's going to screw up our Twitch feed because Cody's
Yeah,
trying
sorry.
to do shit.
So after you
in
do
the
that,
middle of
because I
the
was actually
podcast.
acting it out, it will end up showing whether or not you have a camera. And if you don't, then you have to go buy a Logitech, sponsored by Logitech.
Logitech?
Whatever the heck camera we have.
Mine says Logi. Yours says Logitech, like the
Yeah,
full name
because
on it, but mine
It
says
moved
Logi.
to I would have pronounced it Logi. Like,
Logi.
you got an ice cube, Logi in your throat.
Cool. User Sexy asks in the category.
Did you make that name
No.
up?
In the category MySpace,
You made that up.
if you
Right?
die, what happens to your MySpace?
Ooh. So just like humans, We get reincarnated, and your MySpace gets reincarnated into a lesser popular person. All of your friends get transferred over to someone new.
It's like that. Did you watch that? What's Black Mirror? Did you ever watch that episode on Netflix? Not sponsored by Black Mirror, but like where everybody's like your social currency is a literal thing.
Yes, I have seen that.
Pretty good.
Black Mirror is way too scary to watch, so I stopped watching it.
Well, you're a scaredy cat.
It's way too realistic.
Nothing happens to your MySpace unless someone closes it down or MySpace goes away forever, which it seems like it's never going to
Do you- Hold on, before we continue onward, Mark, do you still have a MySpace?
I don't know.
I'm looking it up. Would
Good
you have
luck.
used your? Were you a session? A session?
I was
Is
not a
this you?
session drummer. No, I never played drums for real. You might be able to
Mark-
find it, but I don't think
What
it was
about
my
My
name.
Dad is Dead?
Nope, that wasn't it.
Okay, anti-socialist. Nope. This is all. I'm pretty sure this is all you.
It could all apply, but it's not me. User Gizay asks, did I give my friend access to my Facebook account?
Yeah, you did. You screwed up. No, the only way
Update.
you could have given them access to your Facebook account if you have a person account, like a user
Personal person
account, is by giving them your password. If it would have been a business account, he could have shared it.
Update, how can I find out if my friend has access now to my Facebook account?
Ask your friend. If they're really your
Change
friend,
your
you should be able
password,
to
and then they
communicate
won't have access. You'll know for sure that they don't have access.
that. Ooh, I did that to my brother the other day with my Steam account. He was not happy.
Cool. Cool story.
Actually, I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
This,
Again, another comp. 2 in one night, Mark.
what?
I'm not going to be able to work tomorrow. You gave me 2 compliments.
I did?
Yeah,
What did I
just
say?
now. That was a compliment.
Oh, well, that was Will Ferrell, who was introducing our new tech this week.
Okay, you go ahead.
I'll try to remember to put this link in. Android's back button might be going away entirely. You
No,
don't have
stop.
the-
What?
You don't have the updated version of Android, though. You're on, like, Android 7.
I'm on Android
You're on
1.
KitKat, Lollipop. What are you on? We're
Hold
up
on,
to
I'm
P.
going.
We're up to P. Replaced with a quick swipe to the left from the home button. So, I don't. That's some weird overlay. N?
Yeah, nuke it.
So you're 2 versions behind. I have a Google Pixel, so I'm always on the newest, best, greatest, whatever.
You're on
but
a
I,
pi-
but I
you're on
spend
a
a lot of money
Pixel.
for it too.
Aren't you on 1? Pixel 1?
No, 2XL. I'll get a 4 when it comes out this year. Because I get a new phone. I buy myself a new phone. every
And
2
that
years.
means that I get a Pixel 2 XL. Yes.
So with Android P, we talked about this in our Android series.
We did.
Android P switched to, which did not switch automatically for me, and probably not everyone. It switched to you just get a little pill at the bottom. So instead of the 3 buttons for back, home, and whatever.
oh,
recents,
you showed me this.
Yeah, they're switching to gesture navigation, so they want you to gesture instead of pushing
Right.
buttons that used to be real buttons that are not real buttons now.
Back.
So they want to
Forward.
get rid of the back button that still exists because you have the pill, but then when you're in a program or something, you can click still the circle. It's not a pill when you're in a program. The circle to go back home, or the little play button, the triangle to go back. In theory, they're going to get rid of that. Somebody's found in the code for Q, whatever Q is going to be. I don't know what dessert
Ooh.
starts with a Q.
Quiche.
That's not a dessert. Anyway, the way the gestures and buttons work in Android 9 Pie, the current iteration, if you're lucky enough to own a phone that runs it, which I do, is a little bit split. Google's Pixel just has a home pill, like I said, and then a back button appears only when it's needed. To multitask, you swipe up. Other phones running Android 9 have a more traditional 3-button layout, while still others teach you custom gestures to get rid of the navigation bar altogether. Recent
Are you reading
iPhones-
something?
Yeah, recent iPhones
Oh
have a
my
slightly
gosh.
similar set of gestures with a back gesture that works by sliding in from the left of the screen. Don't use an iPhone. I would never do it. Basically, we all have a future where to learn how to use a new phone, you'll just have to slide your thumb around and hope something good happens.
Hope something good happens.
yeah,
I
that's from
like it. Is that what that
TheVerge.com.
article said, or is that what you said?
that's what the article said. That's
Oh,
from
well, that's not
TheVerge.com. So that's what we had to look forward to with Android Q.
Android Q. Can we, you should pose the question, what will Android Q, the dessert, be?
How am I going to post that? We don't have any followers on Twitter where you can easily post a poll.
You can't do that on Instagram?
No. I mean, you can do it in
Instagram,
your
you're
story.
a waste of my life.
But I don't think anybody like people view our stories. But I think a couple of times when I put anything in there, like slide the slider or vote on something, they don't do it. They like 40 people will watch the story, but no one interacts with it. Cody's playing with some kind of.
Are we
goodies
sure that
behind
they're
him.
real?
Yeah, most of them I know. So anyway, there you have that. Cody, do you have any Instagram things to say to the people?
No, because you didn't flipping post anything.
That's not true.
Okay, no. Let me look real quick.
While Cody does that, I did get the shout outs of the week together, as I normally do not have to do them live. For some reason, we still got shit going down in San Jose, California. 107 downloads just in that city, which is bizarre. I don't know what's going on. If you're from there, tell us what's going on out there. Maybe there's a bunch of kids and they're all in IT class and they have to listen to our podcast, which would be unusual.
That would be awful.
We had a download in Brazil, 14 in Boardman, Oregon, which is closer to the Halfway Network home base, 17 downloads in Princeville, Illinois, 20 in Severn, Maryland. Never been to Maryland.
I've never been to States.
1 download in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, Jamaica.
Okay, that's a very
Interesting.
specific name.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like, I don't understand how any place else works other than America. I'm very geocentric. And so it's like, is that like city, province of the country? Like how Canada does, like whatever, Quebec, whatever the province is. I don't know anything about Canada either. What's beeping?
Nothing.
I hear something beeping. Are you playing with a drone?
Continue.
Honorable mention: France, England, Ireland, Denmark, India, the Philippines, and Australia. So thank you for downloading. Tell the people that you know about the podcast. We don't advertise on other podcasts, which is I don't really love. I've never listened to another podcast based like unrelated if it's not on the network based off of what I've heard on a podcast. So if I'm listening to Maximum Fun and they say a podcast that I think is interesting on the Maximum Fun podcast, I might go listen to that. But like just some rando that pays some big podcast, I've never listened to something like that. So
How much do
I
we
don't know
pay
if that
Halfway
works.
Network?
We pay them in blood, sweat, and tears,
Okay.
and we pay
Because-
them in putting their logo on all our stuff. No, it's our
Are you-
logo. We're on the Halfway Network.
That's pretty exciting.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, Chad, he's so punny. Sorry, I just made it back to Twitch. He said next Android version is going to be QAKE, cake.
Maybe.
Man, people are funny.
People are funny or Chad is funny. See, you
No,
should listen
they're
to
all
Halfway
funny.
to Thundertown.
I do
I
listen.
think
I
it's really
listen to
funny.
one episode.
You listened to one.
I've listened to one episode, one Ted Bundy episode, and it was good.
Hey Cody, what did you say about watching their live stream again?
What do you mean? I didn't watch their live. What do you?
You said that you
oh.
can't watch it because you try to
Oh.
get out of the house on Saturday.
No. It admittedly blows my mind that the Halfway Network peeps can all record on a Saturday afternoon. I am as far away from my house as possible on Saturday. Sundays, on the other hand, I'm sleeping all day.
Sunday.
Sunday. So let's go back to the
Sure, Instagram?
Instagram. So Mark posted memes because he just finds these weird memes. He's got a snake. And it says, "You have computer portal? IT snake does a fix. Where's mouse?" Because the IT snake eats. It doesn't matter.
It's so weird to hear you saying those fake words out loud.
Yeah, because that's okay.
I mean, that's how
Then-
that's how you would. That's the only way that you could tell people about it, but it's so weird to hear it.
And then he posted up a picture of a really burnt. I would assume it's a server that caught on fire. And poor Microcosmic said, "No."
Yeah, that's a guy I know from around here.
Is it really?
Yeah.
He was born in '87, just like you. Ow, no!
What's happening?
I tried flying a drone. on
No,
our...
it's not ending. Don't listen to that. No. We're not done yet.
I think we've done this the past 6 episodes where Mark cannot
we
figure
keep
out
going
the
longer than-
placement. Mark
we
cannot
keep
figure out the
going longer
placement of
than-
the outro.
Than usual. We keep going longer than the week before. It's gonna be a 3-hour podcast soon.
So here's a.
Oh. Yeah,
Here's
I knew
a-
you were playing with a damn drone, you psychopath. I'll have to mute your audio.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. We're gonna fly it real quick while
There's
while
not a
live
reason
on
to fly it.
Twitch.
Okay,
People are
so
really excited.
what
Hold on.
is No
Don't
one's
leave
excited. What are you?
us. Did you see
Cody's
that?
really bad at flying a drone. Have you listened to any new podcasts this week, Cody, or watched any new shows that you recommend? Are you trying to pretend that it's frozen, but I can see you moving slightly?
No, I'm not frozen. That was really mean of you. I'm the best drone flyer there ever was. The government's trying to hire me.
Have you listened to any new podcasts or watched any new
Uh,
shows?
Hidden Brain. I'm sure I've talked about it in another NPR podcast. I get it, but Hidden Brain, pretty good.
Okay.
Shankar Verdankam, I think that's his name. He is incredible. What have you listened to?
I've listened to the same ones that I keep talking about. The Ted Bundy series is done. If you haven't listened to episode 3 on Halfway to Thundertown, and do that. And then you should watch their live stream on Saturdays, 4:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what Cody's doing. He just turned off the lights in the Twitch stream. But if you watch the Those aren't words. If you watch the Twitch stream for us, sometimes you might see Cody's little dog. It's a little, what is it? Oh, there she is.
It's a corgi.
Corgo.
I didn't mean to
Is that
put
what
the
you
light.
said?
It is a
fake thing?
corgo.
Yeah.
Her name is Gypsy. She's very upset. She's less than a year old, and she doesn't. She's probably gonna eat this mic. But I hope everyone likes her. She's pretty good. She was sleeping, and I just picked her up.
Will everyone
So-
like her? Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, we'll say goodbye, Gypsy. I think we're all set.
I think we're all set. We didn't get any additional iTunes reviews, so do that. I mean, unless we're getting hundreds of them, it doesn't that much matter. iTunes review us. Do it. And then go check out halfwaynetwork.com. There's more shows being added all the time.
Yep.
Halfway to Thundertown, Yumi and Bad Photos Forever, the D&D one, I forgot the name already. Something about Drunken Arcane.
Argonauts.
There you go. Cody knows it. Cody's
Yeah.
going to listen to that one for sure.
Oh, crap. Whoa, no.
Oh, I don't know what Gypsy's doing. And this is not good podcast fodder, so we're gonna call it a day, y'all.
Get down! Ow! Oh, she hates me. Oh,
Are
okay.
you looking at the stream, the chat on Twitch? Chad says, "Why does Cody look like a dog all of a sudden?" And Jay says, "He's better at D&D than we thought."
Oh, that's amazing. Well, they are too funny.
This stream is getting X-rated quick. This is not a bestiality stream. So.
No. My dog was really thirsty, though.
Oh, gross.
It's drinking water in the background because I've had the
Oh.
door closed.
Thirsty means something else too.
Oh, I closed Google.
Okay, Cody doesn't have an Instagram, so I don't know how you're going to contact him about being on your D&D podcast, but if you want to.
You can contact me. You found my name. You have to find me. You suck. Okay. Anyone that wants to hack me, send it to my email address, apparently.
Yeah.
That was my whole name.
You've said it on the podcast before.
Yeah, no one knows that it's a combination of my first, middle, and last name at gmail.com.
No one knows. Cut that out of the Twitch stream.
Cut the
or the
stream.
video.
Cut the
that-
stream.
Okay, see ya.